I had to jump on do another video because I was thinking a lot about the BlendTec video, and probably one of the best lessons I learned from that discussion that we all had together was there is real proof in that video, and that sometimes like I want to create a viral video, and like that's such a silly thing to aspire to do, right? You can't create a viral video. It's either going to be viral or it's not. However, what they did do is they said, look, we're not going to pay to have an advertisement on YouTube. We're going to create content that is so specifically designed to be consumed on a platform like YouTube. So many videos on YouTube could be anywhere. They could be just like a TV show, they could just be a webinar format, like the very long form, etc., blah blah blah. And they just sort of exist as they exist. But this group of folks, like, and this was in 2010 when YouTube wasn't what YouTube is today, which is like a common place for everybody to just have these conversations. This was really inventive of their part. But what it really got me, and how it pulls everything together that we talked about, was what BlendTec did was they said, let's figure out a way to highlight the product that we have in a very fun way and have it relate directly to something that people are doing on YouTube right now, which is they knew unquestionably after seeing the iPhone come out and the different versions of the iPhone, people are dying to see the unboxing of these new iOS devices. So they took that concept and they said if people are going to be searching like crazy to see the iPad because it's a brand new thing from Apple, Steve Jobs did his awesome presentation, people are going to be searching like crazy. So, and then on top of that, they said this is the most sought after device. We're going to publish this video. We're going to create it, and probably, if we can get an earlier copy, great. If not, we have less than 2 days to create this video, publish it on YouTube, and put it out there so that on the day, 2 days after it was released, people are going crazy wanting to see it. People want it. They can't get it. I think it was like 300,000 units were sold on just the first weekend. And there's a video of someone putting this thing, hammering the hell out of it, folding it in half, and sticking it in a blender. Does it blend? I mean, it is just so perfectly combined, like the perfectly architected around the medium of YouTube. And I think that's really what I wanted to touch on. That was so genius about it. It wasn't that it was funny. It wasn't that it was hokey, and they leveraged the use of the graphics that look like Price is Right. It wasn't even that they were blending it. It was that they made it so topical and so relevant to what was happening at that very moment while people were on YouTube. It was perfect. The closest thing I could think of is someone doing. I used the Ginsu knife example, but that wasn't. That was just interesting in and of itself. If that Ginsu video was cutting apart, or if like and here's an example, if let's say during the Deflategate situation during the Super Bowl when everybody was hating on the New England Patriots and they said, can we blend, which football will blend faster, a deflated football or a non-deflated football? That probably would have get Deflategate solved. Like that's the closest thing I could think of that would be similar to what they're doing here. Really ingenious work. I had to get my thoughts out on it because it was so interesting, and it makes me think like how do you create something that's fun and inventive and unique, but completely topical to the medium that people are using, and finding those things that people are searching for and wanting to talk about and creating that content in short order in order to make it successful. Very cool stuff. 2 days after the iPad was released, they had the video produced. It was up on YouTube and people were watching it like crazy. That's my jug, Charlie, just in case you're wondering what is moving behind me.